It really is easier, because this is internal rotation, for the spine to be upright. Now, if you have a knee that doesn't like that, then you let that knee come out of it and come to here. And it's still a much easier position to keep your spine upright than sitting cross-legged. Generally. There's always going to be an exception to everything I say. So, one of my teachers, the way that he answers most questions is, well, it depends. And he's very honest in that, because it depends. We're all so different. Now, when you sit like this, you don't want the blanket bunched up in front of you. You want to really be able to look down, and you don't really see the blanket, because only the pelvic floor is on the blanket. See how that gives you a little bit, and then the pelvis can tip a little bit more easily. It's got that space, and the thighs can stay more in line with the hips. There you go. And then if you want to build it up anymore, if like your ankles are going, ugh, or the knees are a little tight, even a little tight, just fold one blanket over and come a little higher. It's like you're building your throne, which is a good thing. What do you think?
Do we need to stagger because of that?
I think we'll be all right. All right, so yesterday we began, it's kind of like you place your hands or fingers on the piano keys. And then we're going to let the elbows come out a little bit. And we started here with that, imagining that we had two beach balls, one on each side of your waist, and they're big. But if we drop the head of the arm bones down, now remember, always start there, because even when you come from piano keys to here, your shoulders might want to do this. So this is abduction, right here. So you're swinging your elbows out and up. Do your shoulder blades rise? See, we're looking to keep the head of the arm bones down. The shoulder blades are going to swing out, but they don't have to lift up, nor do the head of the arm bones have to lift up. So if that's kind of unusual for you, you may just want to practice doing this. Here's why. It's a beautiful rotation right in the shoulder joint. Yeah? This is a really lovely movement for the rotator cuff. It kind of gets things out of the way that tend to get all gummed up in the shoulder girdle. And so once you've got that piece and you come up to here, now let's pause. Check it out. Are the arm bones lifting up? Can you drop them down? Are the shoulder blades sliding up? Can you drop them down? Now this is where we pretend we're in a door frame. And so if you press out into the door frame, and of course you can't widen it because it's pretty much in place there. So you're going to kind of dig the tips of your elbows into the door frame at the same time, and you might want to close your eyes for this. Can you feel that you can draw the shoulder blades toward the spine? So that's adduction of the shoulder blades, isn't it? Anytime you bring a body part toward the midline of the body, you add it in. Think of adding your shoulder blades into your spine. That's adduction. So you're widening out with the tips of the elbows, but you're drawing in with the inner rims of the shoulder blades. Can you feel that a little bit? And that's quite a bit right there, isn't it? Now, the next place we go with this is to bring the arms up. Now, do it slow, and here's what I want you to watch for. Your front ribs are going to want to pop forward. So you've got to keep the front ribs kind of woven in. Can you feel it? Because that's the spine trying to do it for you. It's like, oh yeah, I'm doing it. So can we keep these muscles here drawing the rib cage in as you take the arms up? Secondly, you're going to feel, again, the head of the arm bones are going to want to come up to your earlobes. Can you keep them down? So we come up, and we're still kind of pressing lightly out into the door frame. And now the shoulder blades are widening out here, yeah, but you're keeping them down. Can you feel that? So the lower tips of the shoulder blades come out from the spine here, don't they? You can't pull your shoulder blades in here. This is about shoulder blade abduction. Can you feel it? Mm-hmm. Now, see if you can get the palms facing all the way up. That is not easy. So don't expect it to be. It's like, oh, that should be easy. No. Let it be what it is. It's hard. I mean, it really is, because we're a little bit stuck in these shoulder girdles. So if you can spin at the wrist, can you spin at the wrist now? Because what your forearm is doing is going to feed right into what your shoulder's doing. You spin at the wrist until, yeah, don't overdo that, until the palm's facing up, and then you slide the middle fingers toward each other to see if you're sober. This is what Doug Keller calls the yogic sobriety test. He's full of whimsical little things like that make you laugh when you're in terrible pain. All right, so here we are. Now from here, can you extend the arms out? And you may have to share the space in a creative way. Now when you take the arms out to the sides, can you see your inner elbows are spinning a little bit up, but your palms are down? Can you see that? Now, I want you to feel the line here. Close your eyes from the tips of your little fingers. Can you feel the line from the tips of your little fingers along the outer edge of the hand, through the arm, into the tricep, and into the shoulder blade? Can you feel that? And how you can reach out with your arms and still draw the lower tips of the shoulder blades together. Can you feel that? Now I want you to see if you can feel the connection from the index finger through the hand, along the inner arm, through the bicep, and along the collarbones. Can you feel that? Just feel those connections. So think of, as you now place your fingers on the piano keys. Let's relax the arms down for a minute, because I can hear you squalling, and I think everybody stopped breathing, so.
It's very hard.
All right, let's place the hand down and on the block. Now remember when we work with weight bearing in the hands, in the way that gives us an arch in the hand that protects this little tunnel, so the nerves aren't, the ligament's not overstretched, the nerves aren't obstructed. Let's just review that for a second. If you press down, and you might want to do it like this so you've got it on. If you press down, and you're pressing down through the root of the thumb and the root of the little finger, and you make sure that the base of the fingers are grounded, and not only do you press down through these points, base of the thumb, base of index finger, base of little finger, but you give a little bit of a squeezing action. Now, the squeezing action is like you're trying to narrow the block slightly. And what you might feel, ideally, you'll feel that there's this little cupping right in the center of the palm. Can you feel it? Mm-hmm. And that sort of softens the back of the hand, but it really awakens the palm of the hand, doesn't it? Yeah. So this area gets soft. Now, right underneath your fingernails, just very slightly press down. All right, so it's not an aggressive pressing, it's just like a little soft pressing. Kind of like how a gecko, in Mexico we have little geckos, kind of like they stick to the wall under those little fat finger ends. So it's kind of like that. Now, when we take our arms to here, you're doing the exact same thing with your hand. Exactly. You're lightly pressing down with your little gecko finger ends. You're creating that light cupping. See the palm of my hand? How it's deep. You're creating the light cupping. So there's a strength through the underarm and a softness through the back of the arm. Now, this action is complete myofascially. It has a very, very different effect on the shoulder and the neck than this. Watch my hand. And this is what people do in the standing poses. It's like, and it's a hardening here where we're already too hard, and an overstretching here where we're already too overstretched. So again, we're reversing that. So think of maybe you're playing the piano keys lightly. Do-do-do-do. Yeah? But there's a light little cupping and a light little squeezing. So you're activating the hand a little bit. But the top of the hand is soft. You feel it? Okay. and then take the hands down. Now we're going to go through that little series one time so that when we get to our little flow, we'll be aware of it. How's this feeling for your hand?
Okay. Much better.
Good.
Yeah, hardly any tingling.
We'll do some weight bearing, some work with hands down and see if that isn't more helpful too. Okay, so here we are. We got 2 fat beach balls on the sides of our waist, and we're just kind of resting our elbows on those. Let your inner elbow, let your arms rest on those fat beach balls. Close your eyes, and if you let your arms really rest, can you feel your shoulders get soft? Okay, suddenly you decide to deflate the beach balls. Inhale a breath. Let the ribs open. Light yourself up. As you exhale, slowly deflate the beach balls. And then the beach balls expand again. Inhale, swing the elbows out and up. Palms facing forward. Now keep the head of the arm bones down. Have you lifted your shoulders up? That's number 1 to look at. Now as you continue to breathe, press out into the imaginary door frame with the tips of your elbows. You can't go anywhere with that, but it's going to create that little isometric action. Now, as you do that, can you draw your shoulder blades away from the door frame and toward the spine? Ooh, that's some work there, isn't it? Yeah, so we're really getting some nice work on muscles that need work. The lower rhomboids, latissimus dorsi, lower trapezius, serratus muscles. And we're kind of taking it out of the ones that overwork. Now, as we start to swing the arms up, rotate the forearms. So you're spinning the forearms so the palms spin up. The palms are spinning out. Good. Elbows are out. Shoulders are down. Shoulder blades will swing wide. They have to. Yeah. Collarbones are wide, aren't they? Get it up there, get them up there as best you can. Keep spinning at the wrist. Then see if you're sober. Boop. Very nice. Question is, are your front ribs popping out? I'm seeing some pretty popped out front ribs. Can you kind of weave those in and still keep the shoulders as open as they are? Now unfold the arms out to the sides. Feel how the inner elbows can spin up. The palms are down. And now create the new and improved action in your hands. Yeah? You can even bring the hands a little forward of the shoulders if that's better for your shoulders here. Good. Now we're going to do something different. Turn the palms up. Feel the spinning right in the shoulder joints. Hands are forward of the shoulders now. Forward of the shoulders. On an inhale, lift the breastbone up. Take the hyoid back and up. Lift the face toward the sky. Keep the low belly toned. Don't pop the front ribs out quite so much. And then bring the palms together. Drop the chin slightly and come to Anjali Mudra. And release. Now if you did that every day,
It's a good series.
I predict your shoulders would feel more alive. And you'd start finding where those tight areas are, where those weak areas are. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Now, let's come forward just enough that we can stretch one leg at a time back. Keep the foot on the ground behind you. Curl the toes under. If your hands don't like this 90-degree angle at the wrist, then put your blocks down at the second highest level. Put your forearms on the blocks. This is a very nice alternative. Now, I want you to feel here. So use your blocks, Mom. Toes are curled under. The left knee is right underneath the hip. The right leg is extended back. Now, with the toes curled under on the right foot, smile, don't frown. It really helps. Toes curled under on the right foot. Can you press down with that foot into the floor and feel how it firms the thigh? Can you feel that? The thigh of the extended leg gets firm as you press down with the foot. Can you feel that it also firms the frontal hip point? Firms the hip area. Cinch the frontal hip points toward the midline. Now, if you lifted your left knee 1 inch off the floor, this would be like the best core strengthener you could really come up with. Can you do that without bringing your buttocks any higher? Now you gotta really use the core muscles here, don't you? And then bring the knee down. Slide the right knee forward, come off your hands. So even if you just keep it at the level of keeping that bent knee down, it's still a really good core strengthener, because you can feel that myofascial connections all the way up into this area and get the very nice cinching of the core and girdling that we've been working on. Could you feel that? Yeah. Okay, so decide whether you're going to put forearms on the blocks or hands on the floor. And join me, don't watch me, join me. Place the hands or the forearms down, kind of hands and knees. Extend the left leg back, curl the toes under. Now, as you curl the toes under, press down with that foot into the floor. And as you press down, can you feel the thigh firming? That's obvious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Feel how you can really cinch the frontal hip points toward the midline. It starts happening anyway, doesn't it? So you kind of layer on that deliberate action, and then you breathe inside the girdle. You can feel the front ribs girdling in, and if you feel strong and steady, just bring the right knee, well, even a ½ inch off the floor without popping your buttocks way up. And keep the 2 sides of the pelvis steady. Good. And then bring it down. Bring it down, and up we come. Let's take the arms forward. Turn the palms up, make fists, and then slowly just pull the fist toward you. Keep the arms straight, yeah, and it's just pulling the fist toward you. Now that brace is going to limit you a lot, and you know not to push past. Good. Is that as much as those fists curl, Pam? Wow. You got some strong, yeah, and release. That, to me, that is a mega stretch. It's like, whew, wow, because we use this, you know, think how often we're here. We're doing this, or we're chopping, or the mouse, the computer, the carrots, whatever we're doing, it's usually here. So very simply reverse that, you know. Then you feel how when you do that, try that again. Feel how that little muscle pops up? See, for most of us, when we're doing this all the time, that gets really weak, and so it's overstretched and weak. And this is tight, and so it's weak too. So if we give the back side a little stretch, and this side a little strength. So the question is, would it be good to have some little weights and do this? Sure it would. You bet. If you've got, you know, issues in your wrists, keep this area stronger. Keep this area open. Keep this area maybe a little softer and more stretched.